It's the Tennessee Titans taking on the Miami Dolphins.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might have considered that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
It's caught by Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5. And it makes it third down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Off play action. Kent. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
First down carry for Henry. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Inside handoff, Henry. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake. They've taken care of that early.
The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
it's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. To throw on second down, Kent. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw again. Down a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Allen Robinson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds. And obviously a big call here. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The 10-play drive that time. And it's Allen Robinson who caps things off with a touchdown. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. The Dolphins at 7-1 now on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The defensive line made pretty easy work of the offensive line that time.
And people get tired of the cliche that the battle is won in the trenches. But it's a cliche because it's true. And how about the battle right there? One on the edge, and the ball carrier did not benefit.
An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That'll be caught by Eric Ezukama. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. Tua on 4th down. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he will have a Dolphins first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the 4th down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game planned for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game planned for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he is going to get this close to the first down markers. He's brought down at the Titans' 29. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Davis Price will try to... And a loose football. It's picked up by the Titans. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. If they keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts.
That's perfect.
Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Kent. This complete to Lockett. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Again, he'll drop to throw. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. But fortunately, he's able to recover. And this announcer kind of speechless. Cannot explain what just happened there. Utter lunacy. He ran the wrong way the length of the field and gave up a safety. I'm not even going to try to unpack that one.
Good move. Let's just leave that one alone, shall we?
Cat's got our tongue here in the booth. After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Fielded just inside the 30.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Throwing to start the drive. Kent looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Collier. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. An option handoff given to Sanders. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
Shoves him aside. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Right back to Sanders on first down. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And it's caught over the middle. Hooper. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Operating from the gun. Kent. And it's caught. And it's a Titans touchdown. Austin Hooper. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So Miami coming out for their second drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. To throw on 2nd and 6. Tua. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Kent into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 2nd and 9, Tua. And that is caught downfield by Beckham. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Odell Beckham, 66 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for 2. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he is in for the 2 points. And they're back within a score as the lead's cut to 8. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. And it's so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Looking to throw. Kent quickly into the hands of Robinson. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. back to throw again. Finding Lockett for the catch here on the out route. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. And this will stay a one-score game as the lead holds at 8.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. From midfield, here's Tua. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. This is caught inside the 15. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the gun, it's Tua. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Caught on the right side by Adams. Touchdown! Devontae Adams with career touchdown number 128. He's now tied with Marvin Harrison for number 9 on the all-time list. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment and you have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for 2. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And that's complete to Sanders. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The final shot before break. Kent. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around
past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's got room. And he will finally be taken down at the Titans' 19-yard line. 78 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Quick slant complete to OBJ. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now receiver in motion left. Here's Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Eric Ezukama from 3 yards out. And the Dolphins have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
They'll try and run it up the middle. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And he'll be stopped shy of the goal line here. So the lead will remain at 6 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Now, first down run with Henry that time as he maneuvers forward for about 4 yards.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that that block secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 38. Henry up the middle. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Kent looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. The 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
They'll try and run it up the middle. And make them 4 for 4 now on 2-point conversions as he'll take this one in for the score.
And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Carlton Davis picks it.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the turnover, it's Tua. Touchdown, Dolphins! Odell Beckham with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Dolphins get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, this certainly feels like complimentary football to me, partner, because the momentum from the team's touchdown drive looks like it's made its way over to the defense. They're working together in tandem now. Offense gets in the end zone. Defense with a big sack on the first play of the following drive.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. pressure. They got him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw from his end zone, Kent. And he'll just get rid of it.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
And he'll take it on this side of midfield. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. For the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 39, Tua quickly into the hands of Beckham. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man to the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Tua now on 1st down. Looking for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. Ezekama, he's got it on the slant. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Looking to pass. Tua. Over the middle, it's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Oh, going for Sanders downfield.
And got his man complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Back to throw.
Kent throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Tyler Lockett from 4 yards out. And the Titans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it ends with a Tyler Lockett touchdown.
And the Dolphins are going to recover. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On play action, here's Tua. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Looking deep for Adams. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown. Davante Adams with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Dolphins are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And Davante Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now they got to get to the line quickly. To throw on second down, Kent.
This will go to Henry out wide.
They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
He hits his target, Lockett. And now they're in the hurry-up. Throwing on first down. Kent. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Collier. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Looking to throw on second down. Kent over the middle, complete. That's Collier.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On 1st and 10, Kent. He finds Robinson. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up second down. Operating from the gun, Kent. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Just a formality now, but here's the extra point. So the PAT is good. They get the touchdown the point after, but of little consequence in the ending as this one's now over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for Miami, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Titans, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.